Warm good evening. Welcome to the 81st Minute Rugby League. And it's a huge game tonight. Thursday night footy. The 1998 Balmain Tigers up against the 1997 Newcastle Knights. Welcome back. It's our third week of footy and hope you're enjoying it all. There's plenty of games to go back through on YouTube, so hope you're enjoying them. Apparently we've got a start date for the footy coming back, so thank God for that. And we can stop doing this and get back to the real stuff. But until then, let's enjoy some more PS4 fantasy footy tonight from the 8th wonder of the world, Leichhardt Oval. And tonight, the 8th wonder goes up against the 8th immortal, Andrew Johns. Let's go through the teams tonight. The Balmain Tigers of 1998. This is their team. Gary Jacks, the fullback. Gartner and Conlon, they're the wingers. Conlon will kick. Ellery Henley and Michael Pobji are the centres. McNeil and Gary Freeman are the halves. The front row is Roach, Elias and Maguire. The back row, Sirinen, Brooks and Pearce. The bench for the Balmain Tigers, Hemsley, Hardwick, Edmed and Gale. For the Newcastle Knights of 1997, the premiers of that year in that split competition. What a game that was. The fullback, Robbie O'Davis. The wingers, Albert and Hughes. The centres, Adam McDougall. We'll get that again. Craigie. And the halves, Matthew Johns and Andrew Johns, 6 and 7. The front row for the Knights, Butterfield, Peden starts at 9 with Paul Harrigan. And the back row, Richards, Muir and Glanville. The bench for the Knights, Troy Fletcher, Connolly, Crow and Lee Jackson. It is Thursday Night Rugby League on the 81st Minute YouTube channel. Thanks for watching along, whether you're doing it live or you're doing it later on. Doesn't matter to us. And as we get ready for kickoff here at Leichhardt, don't forget you can follow us on Twitter at the 81st Minute, through the Facebook channel, the 81st Minute Rugby League. We've got another Facebook channel, MacArthur Rugby League. And don't forget the website, the81stminute.com. And also, we've got a new podcast, Top of the Props, and you can find that on Podbean, iTunes and Spotify. And we'll have a new interview, a new podcast tomorrow with Warriors legend Joe Vunganar. So stay tuned for that tomorrow. You can find it through there. So here we go. It's Thursday Night Rugby League. It's the 88 Tigers from Leichhardt Oval up against the 97 Newcastle Knights. And we are ready to play. Big crowd here at Leichhardt. Bit of nostalgia here at Leichhardt. Not the West Tigers, the Balmain Tigers up against the Knights. And it's Paul Harrigan up against Steve Roach and Paul Sirinen and Wayne Pearce. But you'd have to think too, if the Knights get some momentum, look out for the Johns boys through the middle. So we're almost underway. Thursday Night Rugby League, the 81st Minute YouTube channel. And we've just noticed up to the top there for some reason. Someone looking letters. We didn't do that, we promise you. Anyway, we know the score. Balmain Tigers versus the Newcastle Knights. Thursday night footy, Leichhardt Oval. There's a way to Gary Jack. He beats one. He's up over the 30, down to the 40. Good start of the game for the Tigers. Elias is in the dummy half. Goes to the blind side now, away to Pobji. Hitting the tackle. 4 tackles played in this set of 6. Well, that's a new one for us. And if you've watched any of the other YouTube games we've done so far, we've had some players out of position, not out of position, but in different numbers. So Hooker's in 1 and the fullback's in 9, whatever. But this is the new one with the scoreboard up at the top left. At least we've got the right logo. So Thursday night footy, Balmain Tigers of 88. Up against the 1997 Newcastle Knights. McDougall will play the ball. Into the middle, Albert, last tackle. Into the Balmain half. And the kick from Matty Johns. Down to Wayne Pearce. He takes it, he's hit straight away in the tackle by Adam Muir. And Pobji, Newcastle weren't set. Nice. Way to Pearce, beats one. It was Matthew Johns, but he's hit the tackle after that. Steve Roach comes to ground underneath the tackle of Harrigan. Balmain spinning to the right. There's some space here. Wide to the second row of Brooks. Comes to the fullback. It's away. Passes the ball down to Jack. And Gary Jack will play the ball at the southern end of Leichhardt. Only 20 metres away. The kick from Freeman. It's a centre field bomb. It's taken by the Knights. Andrew Johns spins it away. But Ellery Hanley's there to make the tackle. That's a slow play the ball. Gary Jack does well to not give away the penalty. And if you just saw there the kick from Freeman, Andrew Johns took the bomb and in a split second he got the pass away. Peter, dummy half. Centre field, gets the pass away to Butterfield. And he's brought down centre field, just inside the Balmain half. Back to Matthew Johns again. So the Knights, their first two set of 6, rock solid, but not much to them. As Gary Jack comes back downfield now. Away to the right-hand side, away to Maguire. And he's brought down now. Leichhardt Oval, Balmain Tigers. On Thursday night footy. It's the 88 Tigers against the 97 Knights. Maguire. 6 minutes score, no score. Come to the left-hand side, away to Pearce. He runs into Billy Peden, who makes the tackle now. Brought down centre field, only 40 metres away. McNeil kicks for the in-goal. It's a good kick too. Robbie Davis has to go back and play it. And Gary Jack comes up to make the tackle, along with Gary Freeman. Good run from Matty Johns. Played down. Just inside his 40 in the first penalty given away. It was against Gary Freeman for holding on too long in the tackle. And the Knights now will start their set of 6 inside the Balmain half. Thursday night rugby league on the 81st minute YouTube channel. There's a way to McDougall. Heaps of space here. Straight through the middle, but Gary Jack, great defence from the fullback. And Balmain is slow to retreat. Richards. Only 19 metres away from the try line now. No score on the board after 8 minutes. They come to the right. Away now to Muir. Beats one. Comes to the try line out of Muir. Brought down again. Again, Gary Jack's there to make the tackle. Benny Elias helped him that time. Last play now. Andrew Johns runs at the line. Grubbers back against the grain. Taken, and it's try time, I think. Well, that was beautiful play by the 8th Immortal Andrew Johns. And it looked like he was going to kick for all intents and purposes back towards the post. But he kicked back the other way, and it looks like Mark Hughes might have the first try for the visitors. Try time, the Newcastle Knights. Beautiful work from Andrew Johns. The crowd goes quiet. Beautiful work by Joey Johns, the halfback. And he'll have an opportunity here to make it 6-0. No mistakes from Andrew Johns. So it's 6-0. The 97 Knights lead the 88 Tigers. No score. And it was a bit of an arm wrestle that first 8-9 minutes. Not much to it. And a penalty against Gary Freeman gets the Knights downfield. And Andrew Johns, beautiful kick. And it was Mark Hughes with the try. So the Knights lead 6-0. Glanville brought down centre field. 30 metres away from their own try line. Elias with a great tackle on Butterfield. And some space on the left for Darren Albert. He doesn't need much. Gets to Gary Jack. He's straight through Jack. And Albert's going to score another one. Well, the first one, you could say Andrew Johns too good. But this one, Darren Albert, he got away from McNeil on this side of the field. And Gary Jack just couldn't make the tackle on Darren Albert. And it's a big start for the Knights. Darren Albert gets the try for the 97 Knights. In the space of 2 minutes, the Knights have got 2 tries. There just was nothing doing there on that left-hand side. But Balmain, they didn't D up. And all of a sudden, after 12 minutes of play, 10 minutes of play, it's 12-0 to the Newcastle Knights. And it was great work from Darren Albert that time around, because the thing Balmain will have to worry about tonight is Darren Albert's speed. But that time he got through Gary Jack with a bit of power. So not an ideal start here for the Balmain Tigers of 1988. Davis. They look for a one-on-one steal. It was Pobji. Couldn't affect that. McDougall. Well, the first couple of minutes of this game, it was an arm wrestle. Balmain looked the better team, getting through their completions, getting the other end of the field. And then all of a sudden, a penalty against Balmain. And within 2 minutes, they're down 12-0. Oh, forward pass now from Elias to Roach. Not happening early here for Balmain. And what we've seen in this game so far, there's plenty of time to come back, but you've got to give yourself a chance. 40 metres away, the Knights. Harrigan. They come to the left-hand side, Matthew Johns. Tries to go through himself. He's brought down by Gary Freeman. Plays it back now. They're only 18 metres away. Quick hands from the Newcastle Knights. Albert, he should have got himself there. Put the pass back on the inside. Look at the Knights go here. It looks too easy at the moment. Back to McDougall. He's brought down a metre away. Last tackle. Goes back to Andrew Johns. He gets the kick into the in goal. Might have been touched by a Balmain player. And I think it has. It's another dropout. Nightmare start for Balmain. Here at Leichhardt Oval in Thursday night footy. They've had no football. And the Knights look fantastic. Harrigan hit hard in the tackle. Good defence from Balmain. Gets up centre field at the northern end of the ground. Away to Glanville. Smashed in the tackle. Good defence from Balmain this time. They need to hold him out somehow. Way to Matthew Johns. Brought down. And he's brought down this time by the 12, and that was Brooks. Back to the left they go. More space here. And it looks like Albert's playing a bit of centre. Named on the wing. We've definitely picked him on the wing when we made the teams. We'll come back to that in a second. Matthew Johns with the bomb. Knocked backwards. Play on away to Paul Sirinen. Well, if it was Gary Jack or someone like that, he might have been away for the prize. But thankfully for Balmain, they got the ball back. 12-0. Sirinen gets away from one. It was Billy Peden. Tomorrow night live on our 81st minute YouTube channel from Brookvale Oval. Couple of oh no, they're going to get caught with the ball in the last. That's bad play from Balmain. As Edmed comes on the field, that's not good play from Balmain. They've given the Knights the ball back 30 metres away from their try line. Jackson's on the field now for Peden. Away to McDougall now, straight up the middle, into Gary Jack, and Jack does well and brings him to ground, the bigger man. 9 metres away from the try line. Richards. 3 tackles played now. They come to the right-hand side. Short ball, Matthew Johns. They get the pass away to Harrigan. Balmain scramble this play. Come back to the left. Oh, no, it's Glanville through the middle. And Newcastle have a third. Well, that was a flat ball from Lee Jackson, and Edmed couldn't make the tackle. And it is try time again for the Knights. Horrible start here for Balmain. Try under the post for Glanville. It will be converted by Andrew Johns. 18-0 here at Leichhardt Oval. And it's not over yet. We've seen some big leads, and we've seen some big leads run down, but 18-0 after 18 minutes. Harrigan. So tomorrow night at Brookvale Oval, 2 old foes. Manly and North Sydney. So it's the 2008 Sea Eagles up against the 94 Bears. Saturday night, 8 p.m, same time, from Campbelltown, the 96 Magpies. Oh no, we'll come back to that. Albert's got some more space. Pobji comes across to make the tackle. Saturday night, 96 Magpies up against the Hunter Mariners. And then on Sunday, 3 p.m, some afternoon footy live on the 81st Minute YouTube channel. The 92 Steelers up against the 81 Jets. And that's all live on the 81st Minute YouTube channel. Curtis with you, Woodward with you tonight. Pearce. Elias out of dummy half. High tackle. So Balmain finally, after the horrible start they've had, get a chance to go downtown. Gardner. Hanley tips it inside to Sirinen. That was forward as well. Referee says play on. Elias out of dummy half. Goes the blind side. He's got no one with him. And he's still almost got there, Benny Elias. 4 tackles. Played Freeman for the... He's held up. Well, I thought he almost got there, Freeman. Freeman now back at first receiver. Kicks back across field. They go up. It's not backwards. It's play on. But Brooks is caught with the ball. Changeover. Well, that's better from Balmain. Thought they wasted a couple of trick shots down there, down the blind side. It's easy to say now. If they got to the try line, it would be a different story. But McDougall. Glanville. So McDougall and Albert, they've had a field day down their left so far against Pobji and Ross Conlon. So much space on that side of the field. But better field position here for Balmain. McNeil goes downfield, gets away from Robbie O'Davis. Can little McNeil get there? I think he has. No, it's Gary Freeman. I thought it was McNeil for a moment. And Gary Freeman drags the Balmain Tigers back into it. With a run himself, he beat Robbie O'Davis, little whiz. And Gary Freeman gets to the try line. And Balmain, they sneak one back. Conlon to make it 18-6. He converts. Well, that one came out of nowhere. Balmain, they were kind of coming back into it a little bit, but 18-0 down. Gary Freeman with a 45-metre run. And all of a sudden, after 24 minutes, it looks a bit better here for Balmain. Edmed brought down. Away to Hemsley. And he'll play the ball on his 30 now. Pobji. Inside their own 40. Leichhardt Oval, Thursday night footy through the 81st Minute YouTube channel. 18-6. The 97 Knights lead the 88 Tigers. Wayne Pearce brought down. Solid set from both teams, defensively and offensively. O'Davis back on his 10. Good defence there from Balmain, from McNeil this time. Andrew Johns runs over one. It was Steve Roach. Back to centre field. Peden. So Peden's now playing in the forwards. Jackson's on the field. Matty Johns in the dummy half. Looks up, goes to his left. Long ball away to McDougall, who kicks downfield. And he finds the line. I think he was going for a 40-20 here, the Mad Dog. He was outside the 40 and also outside the 20. So, not a bad idea. Turn the play again, particularly with a 12-point lead. Gary Jack. 26 minutes play here in Thursday night footy. 18-6, the Knights lead Balmain. Elias in the dummy half. Goes left, away to Ellery Hanley. Nice offload there to Gartner. the Knights done well. Sirinen into the markers. Back to the right they go. Hanley, Wayne Pearce. Not much doing here for Balmain in this set of 6. 10 metres made on this set. And it's a poor kick from Mick Neal as well. And the Knights are back to the 40. Very dangerous set of 6 coming up here for Balmain. Matthew Johns. Brought down 39 metres away at the northern end of Leichhardt Oval. Back to the right, Harrigan. Good defence from Roach. Peden. Wayne Pearce is there to make the tackle this time. Back to the left go the Knights. They're only 30 metres away. Matthew Johns gets away from one. Comes to Gary Jack. But Jack makes the tackle. Still one to play here for the Knights. Goes away to McDougall. It's a chip kick for the in goal. I think it's taken by Balmain. It is. Well, I don't know where McDougall's got his kicking licence from, but the Johns boys might have something to say about it.
That's one.
Wayne Pearce. So the game has settled after that start from Newcastle. Got him out to 18-0. Hemsley. Quick play the ball. Good work from him. And that's an ordinary kick from Balmain. It's caught by Newcastle, but Conlon does well to get there and make the tackle where he did. Wayne Richards. Albert, he beats one. He's beat Pobji, all ends up. And again, Gary Jack has to clean up the work on this side of the field. Goes away to Lee Jackson, the Englishman. Gary Jack holds him down as long as he can. The Knights now have a bit of a roll. Back to centre field. Nice offload there back to Harrigan. The pass came from Mo Davis. Last tackle back to Matthew Johns. He kicks, but Conlon's there, and he brings it back to his 20. He's forced back now inside that. 18-6 and space here for Hemsley on the right. Brought down by Albert. Balmain look a lot better than they did. Edmed. Brought down. Not long till half time. 81st minute. Thursday night rugby league. It's the 97 Newcastle Knights up against the 88 Balmain Tigers. So the kick, it's ricocheted off a Knights player. It's gone backwards and Albert's got the ball. So when it rains it pours, and it's just not clicking at the moment for Balmain. Goes back to the middle to Matthew Johns. If they can get to half-time at 18-6, they'll be very happy with that, because they'll still be in the game. Away to the outside it goes, away to Albert, comes to Gary Jack. Albert might have too much speed, but Jack holds him down. Great work again from the fullback. Half a metre away, they get the pass inside, goes away to Wayne Richards. Brought down, one more tackle to defend here for Balmain. Goes back inside away to Matthew Johns. Bombs to the post. They're coming through, there's plenty of Knights there. Knocked back, taken by Paul Sirinen. He's up to the 20, the big fella. Gets away from one, but he's dragged down. And they're up to the 40, so Balmain come again. Gary Freeman brought down, almost near the 40 now. 2 tackles played. 6.5 minutes to play first half. Edmed. Go to the right-hand side, goes away to Conlon. Gary Jack. That's amazing from Balmain. From where they were, considering the Knights were about to score, the kick now for the in-goal. Can they hold it up in goal? It just rolled dead. But as I was saying, 18-6 at half-time. That's a win for Balmain. After the avalanche of points in the first few minutes, Troy Fletcher is now on the field for the Knights. Oh no, Lee Jackson downfield now. Comes to Gary Jack, runs around him. Will he add the speed? I don't know if he will. He will add the speed. Lee Jackson gets the try for the Knights. Well, Lee Jackson, he just went straight down the middle of the field. Some tired Balmain defenders, Roach and Pearce. Gary Jack has had plenty to do. Benny Elias came late, but Lee Jackson, the English dummy half, gets the try from nothing. And Andrew Johns should convert from next to the post. We'll take it about Lee Jackson. Balmain were keeping themselves in this game, clawing for every inch, and then Lee Jackson takes it away from them again. It's 24-6. Again, it is an 18-point lead here at Leichhardt Oval. One to the left, Albert. 24-6. The 97 Knights lead the 88 Balmain Tigers. You watch this game, we'll come back to that. Albert's got some space, brought down good defence that time from Pobji. That's a good defensive set from Balmain. But Balmain have not been bad, they've been really good. The Knights really haven't had that many opportunities at the other end of the field. The Knights have just taken advantage of them. As Maguire goes through the guts. Never right off the Balmain Tigers at Leichhardt Oval. Gary Jack gets through two. Gets through another one, and Butterfield's going to come to make the tackle. They're only 2 metres away from the try line. They spin it left. Try time. Well, there you go. As we said, you can never write them off. And bang, right on cue, it's try time Balmain. And it all came through a Gary Jack break. McNeil gets down low, away from Andrew Johns. And right before half time, Balmain get one back. 24-12. And I really don't want to screw them over here, but every time I say they're doing a good job, Newcastle will hit them again. But this would be a great score at half-time for Balmain fans. 24-12. Thursday night rugby league with Curtis Woodward on the 81st minute YouTube channel. And Andrew Johns hasn't had much of a say in the game apart from the first few minutes when he set up that try for Mark Hughes. Freeman almost loses the ball with Butterfield. Elias gets the pass away. Elias has been very, very good with his selection from dummy half. Wayne Pearce now down through the middle of the field. So still a bit of time here. Fourth tackle. Robbie Davis is out of position. Long ball away to Gary Freeman. He beats one, but he's brought down by Matthew Johns. And it's last tackle now. Goes back and away to Pobji, who kicks this time. And this will almost bring us to half-time. The Knights will get a couple of plays. Billy Peden. He rolls downfield now, brought down by Gary Jack. Surely there's no more points in this half. 24-12. The 97 Knights lead. Andrew Johns in a dummy half. Wader Muir brought down. He'll be lucky to get up here. He does. One more play. And Mark Hughes will make the last run of the half. And that is half-time. Half-time here, 24 points to 12. The 1997 Newcastle Knights lead the 88 Balmain Tigers, 24-12. And the Knights, they started on absolute fire. In the 9th minute, Mark Hughes got the first try off an Andrew Johns grubber. Darren Albert in the very next set of 6. That made it 12-0 after 10 minutes. And after we thought Balmain were clean, clawing back into this game, Mark Glanville scored under the sticks. And that made it 18-0 after 18 minutes. And Balmain, they done well. 23rd minute, 5 minutes later, Gary Freeman scores for Balmain. That makes it 18-6. And from there, more of an arm wrestle. And then Lee Jackson from nowhere. A sprint from dummy half, 50 metres downfield. That made it 24-6. But then again, Balmain find a way. McNeil with the try. Conlon the goal. And at halftime, it is 24 points to 12. We'll look at the halftime stats here. Time in possession. That's huge in PS4 fantasy football. 59% to 41. You can see there, though, completions. Funnily enough, they've both had 16 sets of the ball. Tackles made. Balmain have made a few more. Missed tackles, that's the big one. Balmain 32, the Knights 15, and the line breaks pretty even as well. And we look at the player ratings from the first half. For the Knights, Matthew Johns, a lot of the football down his side of the field. He leads the way on 119. Darren Albert also playing on that side of the field. He's had a big game. He's played a bit of centre as well for whatever reason. Mixing it up with Adam McDougall. While for the Balmain Tigers of 1988, they've had to make a lot of defence, but more importantly, field position. They've spent most of the game down their end of the field. Freeman has had a big game so far, 107 points, and behind him, Gary Jack and Wayne Pearce. We'll take a quick break here, literally 2-3 minutes, and we will come back for the second half. So keep an eye on it. It's Thursday Night Rugby League with Curtis Woodward on the 81st Minute YouTube channel. Second half right here on the 81st Minute YouTube channel. How good is beer? We'll have some more of that. And second half underway here at Leichhardt Oval. Thursday Night Rugby League on the 81st Minute YouTube channel with Curtis Woodward. And it is the 1997 Newcastle Knights 24, leading the 88 Balmain Tigers 12. And if you're wondering about the scoreboard up at the top left, we've got no idea what's happened there, but we've definitely done the right thing. We'll glitch in the game. And another question we get too is why are we using Rugby League 3 compared to 4? Well, the graphics are better. The gameplay's better. Wait, Elias. If you are watching at home, let us know. It doesn't matter if you're watching live or later on. You can still let us know, and we'll plug it somewhere. We just got an email from a fan in Leeds in England, Michael. He says, big Lee Jackson fan, good to see him get a try. So you can email the 81st Minute Outlook. You can follow us on Twitter at the 81st Minute, through Facebook, the 81st Minute Rugby League. As Andrew Johns goes for a gallop, away down the right-hand side, brought down. 3 tackles gone. We'll come back to the plugs in a second. Way back to the left-hand side, they go away to Harrigan. Brought down by Elias one-on-one. Good defence from the dummy half. Matthew Johns brought down. They're only 13 metres away. And just like that, the Knights are on the attack again. Johns grubbers for the in goal. They're coming through quickly. But Balmain, bravo the Tigers. Andrew Johns there. And I know it's an AI game. I know it's all on PS4, but Andrew Johns hasn't had many touches in this game, but when he has, everything goes up. And that was good work from Balmain. And as we were saying, the 81stminute.com. And don't forget our podcast, Top of the Props. And we'll have a new episode tomorrow with Warriors legend Joe Vungara. How good was he back in the day? He was a scary human being. And that will be live tomorrow night on Top of the Props. That's available on iTunes, Spotify and Podbean. And the Knights are rolling here. 2 tackles gone. Look at this. It's just too easy at the moment. Balmain just having it found a way through the middle to stop these Knights. Harrigan, 4 tackles, 10 metres away. Southern end of Leichhardt. There's a way to Billy Peden. I think that's Gary Jack again. He's been awesome for the Tigers. Last tackle, Matthew Johns kicks into the in goal. They're coming through quickly. It's taken by Mick Neal. Well done, Mick Neal. As Benny Elias goes through the guts. And a penalty against Robbie O'Davis. Well, the problem right here for Balmain is they can get another try, but there's too many gaps through the middle for them at the moment. And the Knights, through their little men, Peden, Jackson, Matthew Johns, O'Davis, not even particularly Andrew Johns. They've just made it all too easy through the guts. Sirinen, 30 metres away from Balmain. Hanley, done a lot of passing tonight, the centre. Back to Sirinen, brought down. Last tackle, and that's a poor set from Balmain. Last tackle goes back to McNeil, kicks for the post, taken by Robbie O'Davis and brought down. Good defence from Balmain that time, and I think it was Blocker Roach. Good work from the big front rower. And if they tighten up the middle here, Balmain, they're a chance. Matthew Johns from dummy half, brought down by Freeman. Big ball movement from the Knights. Johns, Andrew. Last tackle. Very quick set of 6 this time. O'Davis. And that's a win for Balmain. That's a big win. Jack over halfway. Elias, Roach, tips it away to McNeil. And it's only second tackle. So here comes Balmain. Ellery Hanley goes for a run. Straight through the middle goes the Pearl. And he's brought down 20 metres away. Northern end of Leichhardt. Elias out of dummy half away to Sirinen. Loses the ball, picked up by Elias. It's play on. And Robbie O'Davis makes the tackle. Oh no, they haven't gone into dummy half. Well, Hanley stood there. And he just, the Balmain Tigers, they didn't go to dummy half. The Knights come up with the ball. Craigie now. Well, there's a bit of momentum here for Balmain. I say that, as soon as I say that, Peden goes through. But Balmain are on top right now. Oh no, penalty last tackle. penalty last tackle against the Balmain Tigers on halfway. Oh, this could hurt. The Knights kick for touch. Half an hour to play. 24-12. Don't forget tomorrow, Friday night footy, the 2008 Manly Seagulls up against the 94 Bears from Brookvale. The Knights spin it to the right-hand side, goes away to Robbie O'Davis. Try time too easy. Well, that was way too easy. Balmain just didn't mark up. Ellery Henley waited for his men on the outside, and O'Davis said, yeah, I'll take that. And every time we think Balmain are back in this game, the Knights flex again. So 30-12. But as we were just saying, I don't think the Knights have been made to work very hard for their points tonight. The Balmain team, they always look like they're a chance. They're in the game. What about this for a run from Harrigan? Almost up to the 40. And the Knights just look a little bit quicker at the moment. Hanley tackles Andrew Johns. Harrigan again. Another run for him. Monstrous second half from the Chief. Way to Glanville. He's already got one try. And the Knights are rolling beautifully at the moment. Matthew Johns grubbers for the try line. Back to Conlon. He's away. He's down to the 10. The Knights all stopped and watched. And luckily Robbie O'Davis is there, but I thought Conlon was away then. One of the quicker players of the 1980s. Elias in the dummy half. Goes away to Hardwick. Gets the pass away, knocked back by the Knights. And back into Newcastle hands. Well, it's been proven that this Balmain team can match the Knights, but everything that can go wrong has gone wrong so far. Matthew Johns, one-on-one still. No, can't do it. That was Maguire. Andrew Johns caught on the last tackle, goes back to Matthew, kicks in behind the Balmain line, taken by Maguire, and he'll play the ball now. Freeman. Elias. Maguire. You can see the difference here at the moment between the two middles. Roach goes for a run, but there's just no room in the middle here for Balmain. Well, for the Knights, they've had space down that middle corridor all evening. And look where the Knights start this set of 6. Another try here. And the floodgates could open. 30-12. Thursday Night Rugby League on the 81st Minute YouTube channel. Goes away to Craigie. Beats Gardner. O'Davis, monster by Sheridan. And back to centre field. Matthew Johns has found some space. Brought down there by some desperate Tigers defence. Last tackle. Bomb to the in goal. It's at the post. They're coming through. Taken. Try time. Glanville does have a second. So Mark Glanville scores. And I think it was against Gary Jack one-on-one. And the crowd here at Leichhardt goes quiet again. Mark Glanville gets a second. And Johns will convert to make it 36-12. I honestly don't think that the Newcastle Knights have played that well. That they've just taken their chances. 36-12, 22 minutes to play. Thursday Night Rugby League on the 81st Minute YouTube channel with Curtis Woodward. Tomorrow we're at Brookvale for the 2008 Manly Seagulls up against the 94 Bears. Saturday night out to Campbelltown. The 96 Magpies, and the Knights are away again through Robbie O'Davis. The 96 Magpies up against the Hunter Mariners. And then on Sunday in Wollongong, they've made more breaks. Fletcher's down to the 30, down to the 20. Gary Jack does nicely. Brought down, 4 tackles played. Come back to the right-hand side. Balmain will do well here. Harrigan takes the tackle. Last play now for the Knights. Back to Andrew Johns. Again, he kicks to the post. Caught in goal by Gary Jack. So that's better from Balmain. And luckily, it was a poor kick from Joey Johns. And just to finish that, Sunday footy in Wollongong, 92 Steelers against the 81 Jets. Goes away to Russell Gartner, down the blind side. Surely it's too late for Balmain here. Ellery Hanley, Elias is the dummy half, gets up now, takes the run, brought down. And again, the marker work here has been fantastic from the Knights. As you can see on the screen, an injury concern for Benny Elias. Peden. Craigie now down to the halfway. Pede down to dummy half, goes to the blind side, last tackle. Another good set from the Knights. Back to centre field, goes away to Andrew Johns. He's going to hit the post here and the crossbar. Roach.
Get off him. That's your second.
Hemsley.
3. Hands away. Hill, clear him.
Just the little things have gone wrong tonight for Balmain. Goes away to Hanley with the 40-20 attempt. And Robbie O'Davis, too good, gets there in the end.
He's held in now. Right, here's tackle 1.
They're still trying Balmain, but... Oh, intercept! Hemsley's got the ball. Well, I think Owen Craigie tried to give the pass on the inside, and Hemsley said, thank you very much, I'll take that. But what does Balmain have left in the tank here? Thursday night footy, Leichhardt Oval, 88 Tigers up against the 97 Knights. Steve Roach, centre field, 31 metres away. Back to the left they go. McNeil's found some space. Comes to Robbie O'Davis, brought down, good tackle. Adam Muir's there as well, 3 metres away from the try line. They need something here. Hanley goes back to centre field, kicks to the end goal, taken and run dead by the Knights. So class from Ellery Hanley as Gale comes on the field for Elias. And I tell you what, if Elias was dangerous at a dummy half, Gale will be more so. What a player Gale was. Roach, he's been hit hard again. 36-12, 15 minutes to play. Way to Freeman. And the Knights now firing up in defence. They come back to the right-hand side. Way to Hardwick, brought down. They've wasted 4 tackles here. Not much doing. Gale gets away from one, brought down. And they're 11 metres away from the try line on the last tackle. They come back to the left. Goes away to Neil. Grubbers picked up. Nothing doing for Balmain. Well, that was it for them. And I think they've just run out of puff here, Balmain. As the Knights go away to the right. Away to Craigie. Makes a break. Down to the 30. And Balmain, they've spent that much time chasing. Scrambling in defence that they're stuffed. And the Knights, the 97 Knights, have been clinical to watch as the 40-20 attempt goes downfield from Matty Johns. Gary Jack keeps it in the field of play. He might have gone into touch here. I think he's kept his feet. No, he has gone into touch. He's gone into touch. He done so well. Well, someone's touched the line, and the touchies put the flag up. That was a short stint for Gale. He's off the field. Matthew Johns Straight through the middle. Oh, that's too easy. Matthew Johns, try time. Off the scrum. And Balmain just open up like the Sydney Heads. And Matty Johns gets the try next to the post. Another try for the 97 Knights. And it's getting a little bit embarrassing here for Balmain. Matty Johns try. A. Johns with the goal. And at this stage, this will be the biggest victory in our fantasy games on the YouTube channel. And there might be some more points left in this game. 40-12, the Knights lead with 12 minutes to play. And when we created these teams, Andrew Johns obviously was statistically the highest. Speak of the devil, he's away from one. He's a 91 or a 92 out of 100, and he's barely had no football. So it's been the others. O'Davis, Matthew Johns, Peden out of dummy half has been great. Lee Jackson, and the forwards, of course, through the middle of the field. And Gary Jack, he's probably been Balmain's best as Benny Elias plays on with that ankle injury. Wayne Pearce. If you're a West Tigers fan watching this game, as it goes away to Gardner, Russell Gardner's away downfield, down to the 10. Last tackle now, they're 11 metres away. Elias gets down to dummy half. Way to McNeil, he's going to kick for the post. They're coming through, but the Knights take it. Lee Jackson, thank you very much. If you are a West Tigers fan, oh no, oh, how about that? The pass from dummy half's hit the goalpost and gone dead. How good is that? Beautiful. Again, if you are a West Tigers fan, you can watch one of the old teams that made your club on Saturday night from 8 p.m. The 96 Magpies up against the Hunter Mariners from Campbelltown. Maguire brought down, 31 metres away. Well, that's a new one. Lee Jackson passing the ball into the post and going dead. That's brilliant. Gary Freeman downfield now. Gets away from the fullback, Robbie O'Davis. Brought down. Good defence from the Knights. He's had a good game, Freeman. Back to left they go. Away to Wayne Pearce. Last tackle now. What can Balmain come up with? McNeil Grubbers for the in goal. It's going to be grounded by the Knights, and they're going to be trapped. And another set of 6 coming up here. Gale comes back onto the field. If you want to follow us on Twitter, at the 81st Minute, through Facebook, the 81st Minute Rugby League. The website is the81stminute.com. And don't forget our new podcast, Top of the Props. As it goes away to Hemsley. Top of the Props, available iTunes, Spotify, and Podbean. Hanley gets the pass away. Edmed, can he get there? No, we can't. 2 metres away. Can Balmain get a consolation? Maguire. Last tackle now. A metre away from the try line. Back to left they go. Freeman kicks. Taken by Hemsley, but he's caught. And he's brought down by the Knights. Almost a perfect performance here tonight by the 97 Newcastle Knights. And don't forget, we're back tomorrow on the 81st Minute YouTube channel. From Brookvale, the 2008 Manly Seagulls up against the 94 North Sydney Bears. The right again, Muir up over the 40. And little Michael Neal makes the tackle. The Knights just look so good. They've spread the ball beautifully tonight. Andrew Johns with the kick for the in goal. It's going to hold up, taken by Hanley. And he'll get into the field to play easily. Good work from Ellery Hanley. Hemsley down the left-hand side of the field. Huge win for the Knights here. Hanley again gets the pass inside to Hemsley. I know we've harped on it a little bit, but Balmain have been in this game at different stages. They've had their chances, but their execution has been horrible. 1 point, a clearing kick went into one of their own players. Albert caught it. There you go, a handover there on the last tackle. They've lost the ball. Forward passes from dummy half. Just hasn't been their night. That was forward. Speak of forward passes, Butterfield. Jackson's the dummy half. Gets it away to Matthew Johns. Down to the 30 again. He's had a big second half, Matthew Johns. Can the Knights get another one here? 42-12 in Thursday night football. Away to Butterfield. Brought down now in the tackle. Good defence from Balmain. Southern end of Leichhardt Oval. Andrew Johns. Crow. I think that was Fletcher, in fact. I know Davis will play it on the last. It's back to Andrew Johns. Grubbers for the in goal, but it's caught by Wayne Pearce. He'll return it now inside his own 20. Hanley. He's looked a lot better in the second half. He's actually had a run of the football. First half he was content just to pass. Back to Hanley again. And God knows where he's running there. 4 tackles played. Almost end of the game here in Thursday night footy. Edmed finds some space in behind the markers. Brought down last tackle. Back to Hanley again. Kicks and it's taken nicely by Robbie O. A great performance tonight by the Knights. But as we said, first half, they didn't have to do much. They just took their chances. Second half, clearly the better team. 30 seconds to play. Away to the right-hand side. Away to Andrew Johns. Gives the pass away to Fletcher. Brought down. 1 play to go. Back to centre field. Goes away to Steve Crow. He's brought down. And that's the game. And a huge win to the Newcastle Knights. 42 points to 12. And Balmain, they tried their hardest, but they just couldn't get themselves into the game. The second half, the Knights, they stretched and they done enough. Big win, 42-12 on Thursday Night Footy on the 81st Minute YouTube channel. Go through the stats. Completions, not too bad from either side. The Balmain side made a few more tackles. Missed tackles, have a look at that one. 53 missed tackles for Balmain compared to the Knights 21. And the Knights with a couple more line breaks. Matthew Johns named man of the match. And we'll see there the player ratings. Almost 200 rating for the game, Matthew Johns. Robbie O'Davis almost hit that mark too, 192. And Lee Jackson and Andrew Johns had big second halves. Paul Harrigan was solid throughout the game. While for Balmain, Gary Freeman was their best player. Gary Jack was sensational from the back and did his best. But unfortunately tonight, the 97 Knights, way too good for the 88 Balmain Tigers. 42 points to 12. Don't forget, we'll be back tomorrow live for the 2008 Manly Seagulls up against the 1994 North Sydney Bears from Brookvale. Thanks for watching. We'll speak to you tomorrow.